Hello, baby. Hello, nasty. Hello there. Hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The big gang of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Brink of Sanity, episode 96. Hell yeah.
96, wow.
96 of these things. Crazy, huh?
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, we got the doc.
Hey, guys.
Back for the first time in a long time.
Good to be here.
And we got a new guest host, Zach. How you doing, Zach?
Hi, my name's Zach. Nice to meet all of you. All of you.
That was very amicable.
It was very formal.
That was probably the nicest thing you're going to hear on the show today.
We like to keep things informal, so just...
So, yeah, this is either the last or the second to last episode in the studio that is the bedroom. And then we'll be moving on to bigger and better things.
A different bedroom.
Mm-hmm. A different bedroom only for about 3 months, and then actual podcasting studio. So it's
Let's just say we'll be on the 15th floor of a certain building.
This is a rotating podcast. Migratory podcast.
Yeah. I'll just put all the equipment on my backpack for the next 3 months. But once we're set up, it's going to be good. It's going to be a lot more professional. I might even get a actual webcam, so it's not three dudes crammed in, and you can see like my shoulder and Zach's nose, but Emil's front and center, and then there's a bunch of garbage in the background.
And a random cat flying across the back.
You need a panning webcam.
Yeah, just turn it like a lazy Susan.
Yeah.
Like one of those fans that like turns to... So it
Yeah,
gets
an oscillating Mac. That's what I mean.
Or a cameraman.
That too. That would require a budget, and to have a budget, that would require
Any
listeners.
cameraman out there willing to work for $2?
Fuck that! I don't even make $2. $0. Bring me rum, and then you could film stuff. That's an awesome deal, right? All right. Well, anyway, we got a few things to talk about, which are very exciting. I'm feeling the energy in the room today. It's been a long.
I can't wait.
It's been a long week. Did anybody have anything that exciting happened this week that they want to share before the show begins? I haven't seen you guys in a while because I've been in hermit mode.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if I missed anything exciting.
Yeah, outside, there's people and stuff happening. And,
Overrated. Overrated.
That's all that happens, really.
I was taking the subway today, and I should have just went right back to bed. This lady is... she's standing like halfway in the doorway of the subway, and then she has two kids on the other side holding hands, basically blocking the whole rest of the subway. And the door is open, and none of them move.
Yeah.
And so there's nowhere to go through. So people are like bumping into her little kids, and she's like flipping out because people are bumping into these two little shits that aren't moving. And she's going, "Get a car, get a car." So I'll spend $40,000 so you don't have to teach your kids proper manners.
No, the same thing happened to me on the way here. Like I went to get off on your stop, me and this other girl, and three kids were just standing in front of us. Like somehow we were going to go through them, or I don't know what they thought. But I'm like, the first thing I thought of is like, who are these kids' parents? Like, you let the people off, then you go on. I mean,
yeah, I thought it was just two separate incidents of assholes, but then I realized it was actually the mom with the kids like 6 inches away, not telling them to move over. I mean, she was fat,
so an operation.
Her stomach was blocking half the door, and I guess she couldn't really do much. But the kids that were standing directly in front of the door could have moved over.
I mean, I could see if this is the first time they've ever ridden a subway, which I highly doubt. You know, like
right.
You know,
no, everyone else on the subway should just get a car. That's the way it goes. I think people are getting.
That's obnoxious.
I eat fruit on the subway sometimes.
You what?
Eat fruit
on the subway?
And I'm always afraid I'm going to spill it on someone.
That's random.
Does fruit spill?
Watermelon. I think watermelon can spill. That's about the only fruit I can think of.
Well, I guess you could bite into an apple and have it spray on somebody's face.
Well,
yeah,
it's chopped up fruit though. It's a bowl of fruit. So if it were to spill, it would be like.
I guess if
water
it was an orange.
What are you doing eating fruit salad on the subway?
Yeah.
I thought you think you know a guy. Holy shit. All right. So we got fruit cast out.
Yeah. So we went from rude kids to spraying fruit. Okay.
Random. What else we got on the lineup? That's all my show notes for today.
All right.
So,
it's been a good show.
Very short episode. Thanks for coming along.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we have a kid that gets locked in a vending machine. Speaking of bad parenting.
No, that's not like.
That's
I mean,
okay.
that's not accidental. I mean, someone put the kid in there. I mean, you can't just like, oh, I fell into the machine. Like that's.
The kid was 2 years old, and he ended up in one of those hand grab machines. And I don't know. The kid looks a lot bigger than
Any of the places to get into the box.
Right. I just love how there's like 7 pictures of it. Like, there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
kid trapped in
Oh
there.
look,
Somebody's just
they,
taking
they
pictures.
circled this little hole that they like. Are they alleging that he actually like got through there somehow?
I guess
That's what it says.
Yeah, I know.
There's no way. No human could. No, not even a child could go through that thing.
I don't know. That's a shitty machine. I don't know what he wanted from that. It's one of those machines where, like, even if you win, you lose because you just get like a piece of rubber. It's not even like shaped like
a
anything.
plastic keychain.
It's like all the leftover pieces from when they were making real toys. They just throw it in like one of those little plastic eggs.
But you feel pretty satisfied when you win because you're never supposed to win those types of games.
I wouldn't know because I've never won. Those games are like such a scam. How did you win one of those?
I used to play them a lot, and the trick is not a lot, but one time I just played them a whole lot, and the trick is just to make sure it goes down like on a really easy piece and picks it up.
Mm-hmm. But the good prizes are always weirdly shaped. And
Yeah.
you get those.
Yeah.
Be like a bunch of stuffed animals and then like a $300 iPod. There's no way that thing's picking up a smooth, plasticky iPod.
There's like an Xbox that's 4 times the size of what the thing could pick up.
Yeah, it just breaks the clutch thing. Then it's just going down like flat on top of it and going back up.
I hate the ones that give you a time limit where you have to only have a certain amount of time to go. Sometimes you can only go up a certain amount, and then once you let go of the up, you can't go back down. You
Yeah.
only
I've seen those.
You can
Yeah,
only
you
go
get- you
Y.
get
You can only
one
go
touch
X,
each way.
the X-axis and the
Yeah, I
Y-axis.
thought they were all
ones.
like that.
No,
Those are the
no,
ones.
some
Some of them you can really.
move
Those are
around.
the more fun ones are the ones where you can like really.
Yeah,
fly.
definitely.
You got to be pretty hardcore for the once up, once over thing.
Yeah. That's advanced level.
That was like at that bar. We kept playing that machine. We had to catch the colored thing in the middle. Remember?
Yeah. It was kind of like that. It was all like just lights, and basically you had to stack the lights on top of one another by hitting like the stop button. It was kind of like that.
Basically,
no whammies
like
type thing.
there were like 10 levels or so, and
Right, and
like,
it got skinnier and skinnier, and you had to like stop the button, stop the light when it was on top of
the
rest
first
of the
8.
pile.
I mean, they all looked easy, but the first 8 were like really easy. Pretty much everyone got them. If you got a little drunk, you might have messed up on one of the earlier ones, but generally it was like the last 2 that were really hard. And then the last one, it always seemed like it was so easy, and like a lot of times it seemed like you got it, but it always, it was electronic. So maybe
I
it
got
was
up to
just
the last one every single
I
time.
know. I
and
did.
I
I
missed
did
it by
too.
like
I think.
one little centimeter every time. It was so goddamn frustrating. And it was like a really good prize in there, I think, too. It was
Some sort of electronic thing.
Yeah,
It
I don't
was
know if it
iPod or something.
either an iPod or an iPhone, something.
They have to be loosely stacked in order to get something. Sometimes they can pack them really tight, and then you're never gonna get something. You're never gonna get that great prize.
There's a lot of ways to rig those friggin' machines. It's all a scam.
I guess you could be a baby and just get in there like this guy.
I wonder if the guy taking the pictures. Oh no, you could actually see the reflection.
Oh, yeah,
of the
it's a
person.
mom.
I wonder if she actually tried to grab the kid's head. That's what I would do. I'd put a quarter in and try and
This
grab
is
the
a,
kid's
this is
head.
a total ploy, though. I mean, come on, he didn't crawl through. Someone put him in the machine, and then she's like taking a picture.
Yeah, I
She's
think
not
so.
like, oh,
And then she wrote it up.
Oh,
then she
I'm worried
wrote all
about
this text around it too.
she's like, she's not like, I'm worried about my kid. She's like, oh, let me take a picture.
It looks a little too well photographed. Everything,
Yeah.
because they even have the outside of it photographed, and
Yeah, I'm gonna call
it's like a
bullshit on that
documentary on
article.
it.
It's like the parents with the kid in the hot air balloon.
Oh yeah, well that was a
Yeah, that was a scam, but this one seems like one too.
They're auditioning for a reality show.
Yeah, the parents like apologize, right? They're like, oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's a good segue into this apologizing article. This guy goes to like a job fair and refuses to take off his hood because he claims that his religion is Jedi, and in the Jediism you wear a hood all the time.
What is he, Bill Belichick?
So he ended up getting kicked out of the job fair because you're supposed to dress like a person who actually wants a job. And so he complained to the person running it, and they sent him a formal apology letter saying, we respect all religious beliefs, and we're sorry you had this experience.
This guy has nothing else to do.
First of all, I think we've gone a little too far with the politically correctness. If you're an asshole, you're just an asshole, and we don't need to apologize to every single person who's trying to, be obnoxious. Just stop, really. Like, just be like, no, you're a fucking asshole. You tried to show up with a hoodie, and Jedi is not a religion. It's a movie with 2 good sequels and 3 shitty sequels. And
they're allowed to reject anyone they want. It's their right. It's their fair. It's their.
Yeah, exactly. The guy should be like, punching you in the face is my religion, so
right.
That's my religion. I mean, I'm sorry that it hurts your face, but
I'm a member of Punchyism.
it's
Punchyism. We walk around punching.
It's part of my religion, so you have to excuse anything I do.
Right. My religion is Darthism, and we kill Jedis because that's what Darths do. Dickhead. So this guy actually got an apology letter, and you know what he did when he got the apology letter? He opened up a lawsuit.
Oh wow, it gets worse.
This is going to court. If you
what a waste of time.
If you waste court money like that, you should just go to jail.
I mean, court money, like whoever's being sued has to pay for lawyers and stuff.
Yeah, taxpayers and all this shit, and it's just the whole thing just pisses me off. Stop being so nice to everyone. Some people deserve to be made fun of. Some people deserve to be punched. All right. And you
all right. The whole thing about suing people, I think there should be like a risk in it. Like if you sue someone and it's totally ridiculous, you should have to pay money.
Yeah, you do.
Like
you
the
judge
have
to pay your lawyer bills.
No, you should have to pay everyone's bills.
No, you don't.
Should have to pay the judge's salary, the jury's salary, all the lawyer fees.
You don't have to pay the lawyer fees because a lot of times when you sue, it's based on like winning. So like if you don't win, you don't have to pay the lawyer anything. That's why people sue all the time. As long as the lawyer takes the case, and you could usually find an idiot lawyer.
Well, yeah. Look who took up the case of the Jedi jobless guy.
Exactly.
Can you countersue?
Like you can, but like the judge should just be like, okay, this is ridiculous. You owe the court $10,000. Like, end of case. That's it.
Been out of work for 2 years.
Big surprise.
Trying very hard to get a job back. He's not like he's wearing like a Jedi hood, which you can at least be like, all right, he put some effort into this scam. He's wearing just like a normal hoodie. And so, well, I'm a Jedi. Well, I got a hoodie, so that's...
Yeah, it's more of a Bill Belichick hoodie.
Yeah, you gotta get the Obi-Wan, the brown cape, and...
Yeah, he looks nothing like him.
No, grow a beard.
Hey, he doesn't... I mean, he would be kicked out of the Jedis.
Yeah.
I mean, if the Jedis had a job fair, he would be kicked out.
He's like the extra that stands in during the lighting for the Star Wars. It's just... I hate this guy.
His face looks a little...
He does look a little like undeadish. Like,
well, he looks more like the Emperor than
yeah, he does.
But stop being nice to these people, and start getting real.
Or everyone can just make up their own religion and do whatever they want. Then we have anarchy.
Yeah. My religion is pissing on your foot. Ism.
Ism, yeah.
They're all isms. And what I do is, when you're standing there, I piss on your foot. And that's how I get closer to my God.
And what you can do is nothing because it's a religion, so...
Right.
I think that religion actually broke off of punchism. I think it was like there was a revolution.
And if you have an objection, then I'm going to sue you, so...
Right, they had conflicting views. What gets you closer to heaven, punching or peeing? And they split into 2 different factions. As a whole, Wikipedia, it's in there.
If you make fun of me peeing on you, then I sue you.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then I sue you. And
do I hurt you physically, or do I hurt you symbolically? By pissing on you.
I'm going to hurt you with words. You jerk. All right. I finished that rum, too.
Holy shit.
Rum is like water for me.
Am I going to have to take over? You're going to be, like, unconscious soon.
Yeah. Well, it's been a long week. Did I mention that I hate moving?
Oh man, yeah. You told me about an impending move. That doesn't sound fun at all.
No. Well, you guys didn't have bad moves. Well, you haven't moved, Zach, in years?
I've been in Harlem for 4.5 years.
I had bad moves. The only time was when I moved with you because you had so much crap.
Yeah, it was basically all me.
like I was moved in like 10 minutes, and and then it was like
when you moved out, you just packed up like
it took like
2 things in a pillowcase.
2 seconds.
And you're like, well, I'm done. Well, you threw out like most of your furniture.
Yeah, well, most of my furniture was falling apart, so I didn't want to take it back. Yeah, it didn't survive the previous moves. It was just like kind of standing in place in the room, but it was more for show than actual. Like the drawers would come out and they would just fall apart. So
Yeah,
I just pushed the drawers back in and left it there.
That's what I do with my DVD case. That was the one thing I unpacked. Was like I put my DVDs in a box. I'm off to a really fast-paced start here, and I moved the DVD case like 6 inches, and the thing is like about to crumble.
Yeah, I
so.
remember moving that thing. That wasn't fun.
No,
I think I'm responsible for part of it falling apart because it was so hard to move that it, like, just moving it.
Well, now it's in the garbage, and you owe me a DVD case.
All right, I didn't say I was totally responsible.
Just use big plastic bags instead of boxes. That's much easier. No packing. Put
Everything
your
in garbage
stereo.
bags.
I
Same thing as your
I
clothes.
have done that.
Same thing. As
Actually, all my clothes go in these huge
DVDs.
laundry bags. I just throw everything in there.
I may do that tonight when I'm drunk. I'll just throw everything in a big bag.
Remember when we moved out of Manhattan? Like, we moved everything, and then we realized like we still had like a bunch of stuff, and then we had bags, and we just started throwing shit in bags.
Yeah, that
Like,
was the worst. We
were
filled up the U-Haul to the brim.
Well, so you might as well just go right to the bag step right away. And just
Well, I
skip
think
over-
I started
skip over
packing
even
like the
trying
night
boxes.
before, so that was my number one
Well,
problem.
both of us suck. And, we were both packing like that morning.
Well, we were both
Oh, I
working.
forgot both of you suck.
Yeah.
Both of us were working, so like the first chance I got was like the day before the move to like start moving stuff. So
And I was not as busy, but I didn't pack till the day before the move either, just because that's the way I
you have a
roll.
lot. You had a lot more stuff.
So, like, as people are going down the elevator, we're like just throwing shit into boxes.
Yeah, well, we had like a bunch of stuff in boxes, and we moved all that stuff, and then we looked at our apartment, and then there was still like it didn't seem like that much, but it took us like another 2 hours to get it
You
all.
need
the
like a
bags.
slide that goes like from your window directly into the back of a truck. So you can
So-
just start dropping
So the
stuff in.
truck ran out of room, and then we had like a vacuum and like random other shit, like, and we
But
had
it
to
looked
take
like
it on
2 or 3 things.
Yeah, but then we took it on the subway, and we went like one block, and we were out of breath.
And we still left half of it. I don't know how we had so
Yeah,
much
we
shit.
threw like we were like, who needs a vacuum? Whatever. Like we
Yeah,
just left
it's like,
it.
you know what? We don't need vacuum. We'll just broom everything.
Yeah.
Sweep everything. Is that the proper nomenclature for brooming?
Sweep, yeah.
I prefer brooming. I'm gonna say that for now on.
I mean, how important is a sofa? I mean, like whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Clothes.
I'll just use my dustbuster.
Yeah.
I just show up to work in t-shirts for the next 3 weeks. I didn't have room in my garbage bag to
Yeah.
fit everything.
That we tried to bring on the. We took the subway, I think, because the people with the cars were left. We were like,
Yeah.
what can we
Oh,
carry
you
on
didn't
the
rent a
subway?
van or anything?
We did, but it was full and it
We
went.
filled up like a 14-foot U-Haul truck with all the shit and thought we had enough to carry on the subway.
We ran out of drivers, so I think we had to get the rest by.
You forgot
Subway.
about one of the rooms in the apartment. You
Yeah,
opened
we
it up,
still had-
Oh man, I totally forgot about this
Well,
room.
we
Yeah,
thought
exactly.
it was a couple things, and then it ended up being like a lot more than we
So like
could
every block, we're just like, nah, I don't need this anymore, and we just dropped it. We just left a trail of shit.
Emil and Jay live where the trail of shit ends.
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm gonna have to do that all over again in the next like 5 days.
Well, at least you have Kat. She'll probably organize stuff a little better than two.
Yeah, my girlfriend's very organized,
two
but
single dudes.
I'm getting worried because she's already threatening to like throw out like half of my shit.
yeah, that's what they do.
I know. Women are just they're just
Yeah,
like,
but
yeah,
you know-
I own all your stuff now, and
Yeah. But you do have a lot of shit.
I do have a lot of shit, and I'm probably gonna throw out a lot. I've already
Yeah.
thrown out a lot. You can't tell. but-
Actually, no. I know the way your place used to look. I mean, since Kat's been around, it's a lot more tolerable. I remember like every time I went in your room, I'd trip over something.
Yeah. Well, wait till we have the man cave. I told her she's not even allowed in there. That's gonna be the filthiest room, but it'll make for funny podcasts. I'm hoping the background's a little more aesthetically pleasing than this one.
Look at Negator with your mom jokes.
Yeah, I know. There's no way I can get rid of this pile of garbage in the background. It's a good thing
I
nobody
could-
watches
wait, no.
live, so
I could do this, and I'm a little bit over it.
yeah.
But I'm not gonna do that.
I can just give Emil the bunny ears, but over here, all podcast long.
I could flex my muscles.
We'll just do an all-visual podcast for everyone who downloads it later.
We'll mime it.
It's like, I can't. Where's the bunny ears? I can't hear that. You dicks.
I mean, there's not a whole lot going on here besides us drinking, so just listen to us.
Yeah, it's more just for the chat room. It's really not. 3 guys sitting in the chair is not very interesting anyway. But,
You can watch me scratch my ears every now and then or something. I don't know.
What do you say we take a 2-minute breather?
Yeah,
And,
let's refill. And...
I'm going to get more rum.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, we'll be right back.
Listening to Neanderthal Radio, the most ruthless show in the universe. Let's fucking party.
As soon as I started my piss stream, he flicked the light on and just started looking out the window. And I just stood as still as I possibly could, and he never saw me because I just lurk in the shadows like a goddamn ninja.
Let's break this down. When we're doing the show, here's the 3 things that go through our minds. 1, do we have 6? Cha-ching! Yes. 2, can I go buy some beer? Cha-ching! Yes, I can. And 3, will my Dell laptop fire up one more goddamn time? Please do it, because it doesn't have a battery.
And all we're thinking about the whole time is afterwards going to Sheets and getting greasy food.
Have I taken my underwear off so I can get more cozy in my chair? Oh, I didn't tell you guys about that? Sorry, that's fucked up.
I'm sitting here naked.
You better get yourself a sandwich right now.
And a beer.
And a beer.
And a cig.
And maybe if you're going to jack off, do it now.
Yeah, do it
Plenty
now.
of cigs.
Yeah, we got plenty of cigs to go around for everybody. We got diesels,
and if you're
we got diesel trucks
and
outside.
if you're on listening to this on the iPod or computer, stop. Burn it to a disc and put it in a stereo because we're gonna rock your fucking face.
And if you can do it, possibly burn it to a record player because that'll sound real sweet.
Yeah, awesome.
Check out the show at neanderthalradio.com. Naked women and free beer. Every Thursday night. Subscribe.
That's right, Neanderthal Radio. Listen to them. Good show. One of our friends of the Brink of Sanity. And we're back. So, I didn't realize that Wednesday, I usually prepare for this day, but Wednesday was act like a douchebag day. Pretend you're... It's one of the more racist days of the year, I think, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How so?
It's like a sneaky racist day.
Okay.
Because everyone pretends they're alcoholics.
Okay.
And not all Irish people are alcoholics. There's
Oh, I see. So it's stereotype day. Kind of.
it's good. It's racist and stereotype.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say, that all Asian people are good at math is a stereotype and not
Yeah.
racist. But
I
I
mean-
would say it's also racist.
I feel like most people of Irish descent that I've talked to don't really argue when they're referred to as someone who drinks a lot. I don't feel like a lot. I don't feel like there's a lot of resistance to it.
Yeah, I am on my fifth shot of Captain.
I mean,
we've only been doing the show.
You
20
know,
minutes,
it isn't like some of the more derogatory racist comments where people are like, "No, I mean that's totally ridiculous."
It is when you think about it, though. It is kind of a racist day.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't see a whole lot of people arguing with that.
Yeah, it's interesting. The Italians drink just as much as the Irish.
Yeah,
but the
the
Irish
Italians
are more
drink a
associated
pretty
with
decent amount.
More associated with.
They do drink a lot. They
like
drink
heavy drinking.
at least.
They drink wine. They spread it out more throughout the day, whereas Irish.
Yeah, but they start at 2 in the afternoon.
I think that the difference, and maybe the stereotype, is like the Irish people, the Irish folk. They act like more ridiculous when they get drunk.
That's so fucking racist. No, I think it's wine seems a little more civilized than I guess whiskey.
Right. Plus, Irish people drink in loud pubs where
I think it's just
where there might be loud music and
Italians are just eating pasta.
Italians are
with a violin playing in the
Italians
background.
are jolly. I don't know. I mean, obviously these are all stereotypes, but
Did you guys go out on St. Patrick's Day?
I didn't. I was stuck on.
Well, actually, I went on a date actually, but that we'll save that for the bad date topic if we get to that topic.
Cliffhanger.
Oh,
All right. First
So-
show, and he's
so-
already
so you went out on bad date on St. Patrick's Day, huh?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should have gotten wasted. It would have been a better date.
Everyone is like, I don't know if it can't just be New York, but everyone was looking like the Jersey Shore in a green shirt. On Wednesday.
Well, in Hoboken they celebrate like a week or two before, right? And they,
Yeah.
They have like their thing.
Yeah, that's Jersey.
Yeah.
That's why I always get confused because
So I'm like,
there's
why
this
are they
huge
celebrating
celebration.
Why are they celebrating on St. Patrick's Day when they already did it?
I feel like
in
every year there's 3 St. Patrick's Days. Like the New York parade, the Hoboken parade, and the actual St. Patrick's Day.
Well, Jersey's got a good idea because they do it on the weekend. Because I had to work 8 hours.
Yeah,
and
Wednesday's
2.5
not a
hours
great
of
day.
class. My job sent me to college.
I remember. I mean, when I was living here, I went out a couple times on St. Patrick's Day, and it was like during the week, and it was like for 2 hours we drank like crazy, and then it was like, all right, we have to stop. We have to get up at like 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning. It's like,
Yeah, it's actually kind of an annoying day to go out.
It's only when you're lucky and it's on Saturday.
Even then, it's not a great day to go out. I mean, you know, most bars are so packed you can't even move, and then you got all these douchebags that don't drink on a daily basis like I do, so they can't handle their liquor, and everyone's just like
I think in
way too drunk.
In general, like those nights that are designated, like the night to go out, like the day before Thanksgiving. Those
are the worst days.
Those
to
are
go
the
out.
worst days
Yeah.
to go out
Yeah.
because everywhere you go, it's packed. There's a cover for everything. Like there's a bunch of like assholes everywhere you go, and it's like, why am I out? Like, just because everyone else went out doesn't mean I like the days where like, not that no one goes out, but the places are not packed. I can get in. It's relaxed.
Yeah, like April 26th.
Yeah, whatever.
Awesome. Do
Yeah.
it up.
you know,
Best day to go out of the year.
or like if the weather like this weekend is nice. It'll be annoying to go out because everyone is out. Like no one stays in their apartment, and every place will be totally packed. And I kind of hate those days. Like some of the best nights in the city when it was like raining. Half the people didn't go out because it was raining. But when you go out,
lots of drunk girls out on St. Patrick's Day.
There were,
but twice as many obnoxious guys probably.
yeah, too many Jersey Shore people. Porcupine haircut equals blood pressure rising. It's directly proportional for me.
I actually don't think I've ever gone out on St. Patrick's Day.
You're lucky. Well, have you gone out the day before Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Imagine that, but with everyone wearing a green shirt.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. Green shirts. All right, when I take a sip, like, say.
I'm sorry. Well, you're the last one to talk, and your thing.
Right, I say something and then I drink, thinking.
Well,
jump
but the
in.
thing that you said had no like. Well, I don't know. I couldn't think of a follow up to what you said, so
Fine.
I thought
it wasn't like a lead. It was kind of an end statement.
What do you think about stuff?
It's like this is the way it is. Now I'm gonna sip.
Final answer. End of conversation.
End of conversation. Sip.
stuff is everywhere and somewhere.
Let's just talk nonsense for like 10 minutes. It's like stuff and things and people and
Gibberish
stuff.
cast. That was almost 3 people drinking at the same time. I held up. I was like halfway up, and I'm like, I see 2 other cups being raised. I'm like, all right.
We're actually just gonna
Well, I'm falling.
funnel beer the entire episode.
I'm falling way
Have no
behind.
time for talking.
I'm falling way behind the host here, so I'm trying to drink quicker. That's
I'm
it.
almost done with my third.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I made mine strong, but I guess 3 is much more than 1. So
Yeah. Well, I also decided to gain about 50 pounds, so I got a lot more girth to get drunk.
girth.
Girth.
I like that word.
So we done with St. Patrick's Day. Nobody went out, so we have no.
Yeah,
Patrick's Day
sorry.
Stories. I spent 2.5 hours in class and 8 hours in work, and
What are you going to school for?
I'm going to school for accounting because I have an accounting job and don't know how to do it. So they said, you know what, go to class.
Most people get the training and then the job. Jay got the job and then the training, or he's getting the training now.
Persistence pays off. I got-
Jay does stuff in different orders than most people.
If you want a really good job, just get a temp job there and refuse to leave for like 4 years, and then you get the job.
And then they pay you to actually be able to do the job.
Right, and then they're like, now we're giving you money, now you have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you're like,
All right, we'll pay for the classes to actually have you be able to do what you're supposed to do.
Going back to college.
Oh,
yeah.
temp stands for temporary. Oh, got it.
Yeah, exactly. Going back to college after 10 years of not going to college, kind of a little bit of a mindfuck.
Jay's like, goes to his boss, like, this sheet has a lot of blanks and I don't know how to answer him.
Yeah.
Can you send me to school?
There's stuff and things. All right. Now, I just put a link to the podcast on Facebook. And when you do that now, they have like the link and they have like a picture of what
who
your
are
link
those
is supposed
people?
to be.
That's been there for a while, man.
Yeah, but why is there 3 little Spanish kids?
What the hell?
What the fuck?
Did we
That's probably an advertisement that's running on the.
Is that what we look like after all this drinking?
The background does look
Holy
similar.
crap. Man.
What the hell?
Wow, Jay, you've changed.
I don't know if I like this, but apparently, yeah, Facebook puts links to 3 little Spanish
Jay, I hate to
kids.
break it to you, you're not Irish anymore.
No, apparently. I am a 12-year-old Spanish kid with a webcam. Well, they do have a green skull cap on, so I guess that's kind of St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
So you're just.
That's not. That's
You should definitely leave
That's
it.
the same people. Oh, and you posted it.
And then I posted it, and now
Perfect.
it's a little.
Now it is official.
Where did they
It's
get these
locked in.
icons from?
Now it's a little Spanish boy kissing a littler Spanish girl.
I guess it's kind of funny. I mean,
I'm gonna hit like. I like that.
when in doubt on Facebook, just like it. I mean, you know,
I'm a fan of
They-
liking my own status.
I think like, even if you don't like it, I do like because there's no unlike button.
Right.
So-
I don't like all my statuses.
Oh, there's an unlike button, but there's not. There's not a dislike.
No, because that would be used like Facebook would just explode. Because people put the worst fucking statuses up, and
Yeah.
everyone would just dislike everything.
Oh, you took a piss.
We'd all just
dislike.
We'd have civil unrest. It would cause us all to be so.
It would be the
horrible
most
people.
hate-filled website. There would be a lot of hard.
Oh, here's some pictures of my newborn.
You don't like the fact
Dislike.
that I'm eating a ham sandwich? I'm disfriending you. You're disfriending me. I dislike that.
All right, here's a rule: if you're on Facebook and one of your friends just had a baby, you have to hide that person immediately, or you will be spammed pictures of that newborn for months.
Yeah, don't care about your kid.
I think there should be a rule that there's.
I mean, one
If
one
everyone
picture.
can't figure out what you're talking about, it shouldn't be on Facebook.
I mean,
like, I hate
alright.
when people will say things that like they're clearly responding to something that happened during the day.
The
But
leading questions.
Yeah,
like,
it'll be
I
like-
can't believe he said that.
Yeah, right. And you're like, this is so stupid. If you're having this conversation, why have it partially on Facebook? Just have it. You know?
Yeah. They want you to be like, why? What happened? No.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I see. I think the Stephen Cliff show is having a live show right now too. I would say go watch it. But,
Conflict.
yeah, you know, listen to it later because Stephen Cliff has a good show. But,
Ratings battle.
Yeah, it's he's up 2-1 right now in the ratings battle. Yeah, I just figured I'd we're
We should
part-
just go through your Facebook page and make fun of everyone's comments, without the names, of course. But
Yeah, last time I did that, 2 people defriended me.
oh, okay, all right, we won't do that.
Just because I don't like hardcore feminists, I get defriended. It is ridiculous though, because women make 99 cents on the dollar now that men do. I mean, it's really.
I mean,
like-
it's yeah. I mean, it's getting the gap is close.
It's not like 20 years ago when it was like 2-1. Now it's.
I don't
like,
think it's 99 cents, but
what is it? Even now?
No, I think it might have been. It might be in the 70s or 80s.
yeah, it's still lower, but it's definitely a lot better than it was.
Anyway, there's like
Whatever. They don't need your money anyway.
That's not what it was.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
beyond that.
go find a guy that makes money. Just kidding.
That's what they all do anyway. Oh, I went there.
If I were a woman, I would just totally I would pay if someone wanted to pay me to feel my boobs. Totally would do it.
You know, girls.
And you can't get sick from it. It's absolutely no harm to you.
I would set up a
You-
boob
you-
booth.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
seems easy enough.
Yeah, just a tall sheet of cardboard. Get in like a refrigerator box and cut 2 holes out.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd pay $5 just to go up and feel a girl's boobs. Okay.
Yeah, and I would accept $2 if I had boobs. So, I mean, it's a win-win situation.
You do.
Well, I do. Yeah, nobody's paying $2 for that.
Yeah, dude. No.
I'd have to insert $2
Yeah,
out of the
yeah.
box.
Yeah.
See, that probably would have offended the person who defriended me, which I think is perfectly acceptable.
It's probably one of those fat. I mean, one of those one of those flat feminists anyway.
Yeah, well,
You could be
Those
fat.
are the worst.
Maybe fat and flat. Maybe both. Maybe a double combo.
with the buzz cut. Lesbians don't look nearly as good in real life as they do in the movies. The movies I download anyway.
Well, those aren't lesbians. They're just playing lesbians. That's why.
You're
I mean,
They're
it's-
awesome.
Yeah, they are.
we have to take a break while Jay cries.
Yeah. Well, obviously they're awesome because they're making out with girls. So I mean, what's not awesome about
I don't
that?
know. The ones you see in real life always, they got like the buzz cut and like the plaid
Yeah.
flannel shirt.
You know why? Because of all the testosterone.
How about that Rachel Maddow? You know her? She's on MSNBC.
No.
Has a good show on MSNBC.
Rachel Maddow.
Maddow.
What about her?
Oh, she's just
Maddow.
cool. That's all. That's all I have
cool.
to say.
She's not a lesbian. Or...
She is a lesbian. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's a lesbian. But
Uh,
she- you know,
okay.
check it out. Just
At
check
least
it out.
it's relevant to the
We'll be
topic.
talking
I
about
thought you were just
Rachel
talking about
Maddow
cool
next
people.
show. By the way.
Maddow
The
cast.
chat room is quiet, huh?
Yeah, the chat room is dead.
People,
What? Everyone
Join-
has a life and they don't want to sit in front
people,
of a computer.
join
in
the
front
chat
of them?
room. Is that it? No one else? No one's in it, huh?
There's like 17 people on it. Shh. 1,700 people in the
It's the place to.
quiet.
It's the place to be.
Don't give away our ratings. We're supposed to be streaming through this website, and they haven't given me the password to stream through it. It's a new internet.
Well, maybe people saw these random people on the picture and they're like, I don't want to be. I don't want. I don't want to go here.
I don't want to watch a 7-year-old Spanish girl.
He'll do anything for ratings.
The 7-year Spanish girl. That's Zach, by the way.
I'm gonna have to add. I don't know why my picture is a 7-year-old Spanish girl. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
I
While you're
forgot where we
typing,
were.
while Jay's typing, I'm gonna say stuff, but I don't know what, so I'm just gonna talk randomly.
Okay. Brilliant.
Yeah.
No, I want to get into Zach's St. Patrick's Day date.
Oh, okay. Well, I went on a date and it was
Awesome story. Awesome story.
I went on a date in the end.
I laughed. I cried.
and it was one of those dates like I just wasn't really into it, but I wish I had been more into it because when I saw her, I was like, wow, this girl's really cute and really nice.
Wow, that's
But,
like the exact opposite of most.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I just sometimes I try to take it out of my mind too much just to kind of relax on the date. But then I don't get just the right amount of motivation to make sure I get a good night's sleep and dress right. And I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't on the top of my game that night.
So where's the part where she does something ridiculous and?
So you got wait.
It was just a regular date.
So you got there and she was cute and nice, but you psyched yourself out of it, so you were just kind of like in chill mode.
No, well, I don't know. I thought I did all right, but I think I could have.
Did you
Actually? You want to know what it was? I
What's
don't
the
think the worst part was I wore sneakers, and I think that probably ruined everything.
If that ruined it, then she's a stupid bitch.
Wait, yeah, what's going on?
If I don't know.
Why would
I wasn't-
sneakers ruin a date?
Well, I just don't. I think I wasn't dressed well enough. I guess is what.
where
I'm
did you
trying to
go?
say. Went to a dive bar. She said she was cool with the dive.
Sneakers are fine
dive
for a
bar.
dive bar.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
I mean, it's one thing if you went to like a fancy.
I don't know. Maybe she
upscale
hasn't written
lounge.
me back yet. I wrote her an email the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to be a little little
Right, so you
aggressive
wrote her an
about it,
email
and then she
Thursday.
hasn't written me back yet.
right, which was yesterday.
Well, she has 24 hours, and once it's past 24 hours.
No, you got
No,
48
you
hours.
have.
Oh, you have
Yeah,
48?
and
Yeah.
you're the. Isn't the guy supposed to be the one that like follows up?
Yeah, I did follow up.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
wrote her an
he
email.
said he
But I
wrote the
haven't
next day.
She hasn't written back.
But that was only yesterday.
All right.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, I wrote a semi-famous person to be on the podcast yesterday, and he didn't write back yet. I mean, I'm going to give him another day.
You'll give him forever.
Yeah, I'll give him like
Like
3
a
weeks.
year later, if he's like,
Why?
a year later, if he responds, you're not going to be like, screw you.
If he writes back, I'm going to shit my pants. Shit cast.
Yeah, it's got to be on the podcast.
So how was this girl dressed?
Oh, well, she was a teacher, so she just came back from work.
Oh.
And I work in a semi-IT position where I can really dress down.
All
And
right.
I take full advantage
All right.
of it. So
I gotta say, it's not the sneakers. I mean, I don't think the sneakers were probably.
Well, I'm also questioning.
But I think girls know just
They notice.
they notice
yeah.
stuff like that we don't give a shit about.
I mean, if you're going to a dive bar, I mean, I think sneakers are fine. you
Well,
know.
it depends how was the teacher dressed, because I've seen teachers dressed like complete shit. We had a
She was
homeless
dressed nicely.
teacher in
Every
7th
girl-
grade.
90% of the girls in New York dress nicely.
Yeah, but she's coming from work, and you.
So was I though.
Right, but that's what you wore to work. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like you both like picked clothes to wear to the date. You wore what you were wearing. I mean,
Right.
You can't
Yeah.
help it. Your job's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think everyone becomes self-conscious about stuff like that, but I'm sure that wasn't like.
I was working the. I thought I had a hand. I thought I had my foot in the door with the book thing. Just to do a plug for my book, mathactivities.net.
You thought you had a.
And so I thought I had my foot in the door because she's a teacher. I thought
You could do
I
better.
thought she'd get excited and yeah.
You thought she'd get it.
You thought she'd have to change her undies after you told her.
Yeah, you thought she would just start stripping for you, like because of the,
That's what always happens in the movies.
because of
the
the
movies
math,
that I watch.
math activities book.
You're like,
Okay.
I wrote a book. She's like, sex.
Yeah, I think it takes a little bit more than that, probably.
What's your book? Well, you
Oh,
could
it's
describe it a little bit.
when I used to be a teacher. It's a collection of math lessons that are for visual and kinesthetic learners. So it's lessons that like require cutting out and gluing and pasting and coloring. And
Maybe I'm
measuring.
just an idiot, but I don't know the word kinesthetic.
It means
Touching,
moving things around. So people who learn well by moving things around
Okay.
will benefit. I mean, students, and people who learn well by seeing a visual of a concept will also be benefited.
All right. Well,
Mathactivities.net.
I mean, she's a teacher.
That's
I
all
think.
I don't need to go on and on.
I think like
No,
that
that sounds cool.
I think that would have been definitely like something that you guys could relate to, but
Right,
obviously you
right.
have to
Right.
kind of take it from there and
That's right.
move it to the next level. I mean, maybe did she not seem interested at all in that? Or?
Well, one thing I'm learning about girls is that sometimes they just want you to like
Yeah.
really, really show them that that
Well,
you like them.
Yeah.
And which is amazing to me because I always thought like they didn't want to get like freaked out that the guy was
Well, coming
on to them
she
too
could have been
strongly.
interested in just not showing you. Like that's sometimes you just have.
It's
to
such a slippery
be
slope
persistent.
because you're supposed to show interest, but if you show too much, then you're like too over aggressive, and then it's like totally off.
But if
forever.
you give up too easily, then you're a schmuck, and then it's
right, if
like-
you're not absolutely perfect amount of interest and not interest, then it's over. You're not insane though. But that's the way we have to be. You see what you do to us?
Girls, they should have one of those like
Meters?
like meters that with
Yeah.
the paper movable up and down. Where
Yeah, there's just an arrow and she slides it to the left or right, and you got to try and keep it in the middle. So
I feel like it's
you're just
like-
like you're pretty. It goes too far to the right. You're like sorta, and it goes back to the middle.
yeah, I feel like it's like Rock Band where you're just trying not to fail.
Yeah, exactly. It's like just keep it at 3 stars.
Yeah,
folks.
I just need to pass.
Don't get it perfect.
Yeah.
Don't fail.
I just need to get to a next date. That's all I need.
Yeah,
I don't have high expectations. Just I just wanted to speak to me again.
right, and maybe touch my balls. Just a little tickle.
Maybe on the second date.
Yeah. Well, yeah, second date.
Right.
The problem is getting there because that meter is so friggin' sensitive.
Yeah, it is.
One wrong,
Oh yeah, you're done. Yeah.
done.
I mean,
done.
Yep. That's dates.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm like that too, though. Like on a date, like if someone turns you off, you're just like, all right, I'm done. I don't need to you know. I mean, I think it's just
I had a date with the hottest girl I've ever, except my current girlfriend, ever gone out with.
Nice disclaimer.
Yeah.
I gotta say, smoothly done. Because if she listens to this and that wasn't there, man, you would have been in trouble.
It's in there though.
Yeah, it's there.
written in
It's
stone.
there. Cat, it's there.
And
everyone, just tell Kat it's a bad episode.
the
listen to
next the next day, we go back to her car,
Man, you're trained well.
and her car is towed,
Okay.
and I didn't go
The
help
next
her
day
find,
after your first date.
Yes, I didn't help her find her car, and yeah, I never heard from her again.
Yeah, no.
In retrospect, I should have searched for her car, and then I'm like, oh, I hope you find it.
I think every girl wants like the picture perfect. It doesn't even matter what the guy looks like. They just want like a guy to do this like hyper romantic thing, so that they'll always have a
like-
story. So that they'll always have a story.
I didn't know. Like she said, that she's like, "Oh, I'm jumping in a cab. Don't come.
Yeah.
I'm just, I got it. I'm in a cab. That's it." And so I'm like, "All right, fine." I'm still like, I'm kind of hungover, and I'm like, it's early in the morning, and I'm kind of like, don't have my wits about me. So I'm like, "All right, fine," And then we had that awkward, do you kiss, do you hug, or whatever thing. And I stupidly went for the hug when I probably should have gone for the kiss, because like 10 minutes later,
You feel like a fucking douchebag afterward. You're like, God, why didn't I just go after it?
I look like an insane person.
And
because-
what's so frustrating about it is because you want to, like, obviously,
Yeah,
you're attracted
yeah.
to her, but then you actually held back and you get punished for like not for
trying to be
actually
respectful,
for being an adult.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I got the look where I should have gone for the kiss, and so the whole way back to the apartment, I'm like just stomping my feet. Motherfucker, I'm bushing. I must look completely insane, and then yeah.
It's hard what to know what to do sometimes. Like I went on a first date, and it was it was okay, it was fine, but I didn't realize the first date was like February 11th, and then Valentine's Day was 3 days later, and I didn't know it was the first date, so obviously I think I don't know what I did. We may have exchanged some texts, but I didn't really refer to Valentine's Day because it's first date, and then like after Valentine's Day, I didn't hear from the girl again. So I guess like, I was supposed to do something, but I don't know what because it was just the first date. So it's like, like I don't know what they expect, after it just happens to be bad timing. It's like, obviously it means something if you're in like a relationship, but
Yeah, I think like if you're going on a date for the first time, if it hits February 1st, you should just wait and see.
yeah, I didn't. I mean, I wasn't even thinking about it. I didn't even realize till it was like Valentine's Day. I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like,
Yeah, it's like, well, it was one date, and
yeah, I mean, it was an okay date. It wasn't spectacular. It wasn't awful. It was right in the middle. I don't know. I mean, not that I'm like, I ever really care that much, but it was like, I don't know
think
what
you're
I was
supposed to. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think you're supposed to just call up if it's just one date, like a week before. You're supposed to just call up and say Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Think of you.
But
That's it.
yeah, I know, but it's like very hard to tread that line. Like, like I don't know what message to send. It's like, I
I don't know, a
wasn't.
phone call. It's not. That's what you want.
Yeah.
To know. It's not a text. I believe. I don't know. I'm also completely clueless.
Yeah, but I don't want to be like, relaying the message that I'm like, I don't know, like Happy Valentine's Day, like, you were the one for me, which I didn't feel. So
No. Just like, thinking of you today, thinking about your vagina today.
no, I think that. Well, I don't know. I wasn't the thinking of you kind of mood, So, like, wasn't like I wasn't there.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know. It's a complicated thing. It's basically,
It's just bad
Whatever we
timing. I
do,
mean,
we're
whatever.
wrong, pretty
Sometimes it's just bad timing.
whatever we do, we're wrong, and that's pretty much it. Unless I am, no, I don't think I'm mistaken.
Have you ever tried speed dating? I tried that recently.
Oh yeah,
First
how
time.
did that go?
I
I've
actually
actually-
like it. I actually like it because
I actually
it's
like.
actually more. It was 5-minute dating, so 5-minute
Yeah.
dating is actually cheaper than 7-minute dating because they have to rent out the entire bar, and if it's 7-minute, then multiply it, so you have to pay
I've
more.
considered doing that. I
Yeah.
like
No, it's good. You meet a whole lot of people in a like rapid fire, and honestly, all you really need is 5 minutes
Yeah,
to know if
that's.
if you want to hang out.
I was just about
if
to
you
say
wanna
that.
hang
The
out
thing
again.
is, like, on most dates, like you slot like 2 or 3 hours, but honestly, like most people know within like 10 minutes, like
Right.
what's going on.
Right.
Sometimes 5 minutes it's a little pressurized.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, a lot of it is looks. I mean, if
Right.
if you're not attracted to the person, is really, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it's good to get to know people, but I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
People seem to be pretty happy with
So
speed dating.
how did that go? Like, anybody boring, good?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
were
I
the
got
people who
another.
just
There's
sat
another
there?
date. I got another date. This really, really cute girl. I'm gonna see her again.
Mhm.
Hardcore Republican, and I'm a Democrat. So,
Whoa.
But I think it could make for some good tension, if you know what I
Hardcore
mean.
Republican girls are kind of scary.
But she seems really nice and sweet though.
Any awkward like version? Like awkward dates in the speed dating thing, like
It's
I'm sure
only
there was
5
some-
minutes. There's not enough time for awkwardness.
Oh,
There's
well, that's-
always
I guess-
something to talk about.
I guess that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you totally don't like someone,
Pretty
it's
much
over
it,
in
yeah.
5 minutes.
Right.
Maybe for you, I could be awkward in about
The
35
most
seconds.
awkward. Well, here's the most awkward thing: is that you've got to figure out a way to either write their name down or not write their name down, because what they do is at the end of it they match. If both of you wrote each other's name down, then that's a match.
Yeah, I
and
heard
then
there's
they
something with
and then they
numbers,
send
like
their
everyone
and
has
then
a
they send
number?
not the one I went to.
Okay.
Mine wasn't that sophisticated. So they send an email to the two people who had a match, and then those two people can obviously contact each other.
So how many
But
people?
you have to figure out a way. Like if you like someone, I guess it's okay to write their name down right in front of them. I guess
That's the point.
actually, I would think.
You do
Do
it like right in front of them.
Well, you can. I came to the conclusion that doing it right in front of them was the better
Yeah, 'cause
option,
then-
because
'cause
then,
then-
then you show them that you like them,
Right.
and the next person doesn't know that you're not going to.
So how many people did you end up marking? Like how many people did you?
I think I marked about 6 out of the 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Or maybe,
And you got one. You got a
Got
one
two,
match.
I got
Two
two.
match? Okay, that's not
Okay,
bad.
that's cool.
Yeah.
It would be really tough if you could only put one.
I think one, like 2 matches out of 15 is totally appropriate, because I mean, and honestly, like you go out, you see all these people, it's like you're only attracted to like a certain percentage of people,
Yeah.
It goes the same with other people, other people with you. So it's like 2 out of 15 is pretty good, actually. You know.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's pretty cool.
I recommend it to our single co-host here.
I definitely have thought about it, so keep it in mind.
Yeah, I mean, if it's better than like being stuck for like 4 hours.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you go on the these internet sites, and if you meet up with someone, if it doesn't work, it's like you're just like, when is the night over? When can I leave?
Yeah, I wouldn't have been stuck with Fun Sponge for 7 hours.
I know.
It wasn't even. We've been through that. But,
And also, sometimes it's good to not know someone so much, because a lot of times before you meet someone in person, you'll exchange a number of emails, so you'll sort of know like all these like semi-important details about them. It's kind of nice to just not know anything about a person, but just know you're attracted to them when you first meet them.
Right,
It's
right.
it's more natural.
Yeah, meeting somebody,
Meeting someone's avatar is less natural for some reason.
Well, it's better than like the whole online dating. You gotta text or email back and forth forever, and like it's such an elongated process. There, it's just like, all right, they're right in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many steps where you just it gets broken. Like, I was on a dating website, and you get like winks and stuff, and then so I don't know what to do with a wink. It's like, you just respond, you say something, whatever, and then at some point, like, someone always loses interest because it's like it's a strange person, like, online. Even if they're interested at first.
But you're the guy. You're the one that's supposed to. You need to get more aggressive, my man.
Online, like, me too. Like, I don't. Yeah, how aggressive can you be with like an email?
You'd be surprised.
Okay.
Make that your mood.
If you're too aggressive, though, then you have a lawsuit. So
I think, if you're too aggressive on email, I don't think it goes well.
I don't know. Everything is like that fine line
Yeah,
between too much and not enough. And it's all.
Yeah, so that happened. Like, I got winked at. I responded with like a normal email, and then no response. I'm like, all right, well, you showed interest, and then you didn't respond. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I was doing that. Like, people would email you back and forth, for like, a week or two,
Yeah.
like 6-7 emails, and they'd be like, all right, let's meet up, and then, like,
Yeah, it just
end of
breaks. It just
communications.
breaks. Yeah.
It's like, you just wanted a pen pal? Like, that's not fun at all. Nobody wants a pen pal. Or apparently some people do, but
No.
I think that's a waste of why would you want that? It's not like 1970 where, like, you send a letter like every 3 weeks. That's stupid.
Exactly.
Well, you guys want to take a...
Yeah, I actually need a refill, and so do you.
Yeah, so do I.
So do I. We all need drinks. So we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Word from our sponsor.
Word from our sponsor.
Captain Morgan is our sponsor.
Yes, it is. Is your life boring? Want to make
Yeah,
it slightly
you gotta
less
come out.
boring for
Stop
a
being
little
a
over an
hermit.
hour a week?
Use the-
Listen to the Brink of Sanity show with your host, Jay.
If you can't wear a hat like a normal person, you should lose your hat privileges. You shouldn't be allowed
Today
to wear
is
one.
officially
You can't
clear
handle
stopping
that simple
a heart attack.
task. You shouldn't be allowed to wear a hat.
And a ton of guest hosts like Alex and Mark.
How about tongue ring? Anybody date a girl with a tongue ring? I automatically lump them into the slightly more slutty category.
Yeah, most girls aren't like, I got a tongue ring so I can sing better at church.
Yeah. Especially if you combine that with the tramp stamp on the middle lower back.
All she needs is like a condom dispenser in her apartment.
Yeah. Leon.
If you're wearing flip-flops in the rain, you're a douchebag. If you have a pop collar, you're a douchebag. If you wear sunglasses on the train, you're a douchebag.
Peter.
My point is, graduate students pretending to dive into homeless culture to film a documentary are the most pathetic people on earth.
And Bri.
Because I think we really have less than 10 years left as a society. Because shit's just crumbling.
And check out our recurring segments where we mess with internet scammers.
All right, any other goals?
That's it.
Like maybe travel? See, let's say you had all the money, everything works out. You want to travel, where would you go to? Peter?
Vermont.
And our game show themed episodes. Name something people keep in a desk drawer at home.
Baby's blood.
Every episode is available in the iTunes Store. Just search Brink of Sanity. Or watch us live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time every Wednesday at brinkofsanityshow.com. And make your life less boring. All right, we're back.
We're back.
This is the last roundup, folks.
I was just telling Jay that we're gonna drag him out to the bars if we go out
Yeah,
later.
Jay, stop being a hermit.
Stop being an old man.
Today is Jay stop being a hermit day.
I have to go out in public.
You have to leave your apartment.
I don't want to go out in public. There's people out there.
Just bring the flask, man. Let's go out, get drunk, spend absolutely no money.
Bring the cell phone /
Well,
flask.
I might do that too. I don't know. It's just all these places just suck now. Even the places that used to be good, kind of sucky now. Although that might be the good part about moving. Maybe it will be a good place.
You sound like you're 70.
I don't know. Queens is good for its restaurants, but I don't think it's good for its.
Well, I feel like I'm 70.
Don't.
Well, all right, fine.
Don't.
If I go out tonight and it's fun, that's fine. If it's not
I
fun,
can't
I'm
guarantee
never
you
going
fun.
out. Then
It's-
I'll never
I'll
go out
guarantee
again.
you fun.
Yeah?
I don't know.
All right.
Zach
Well,
guarantees fun.
I like that
or your
guarantee.
time back.
These these conditions seem impossible, but I'll accept them.
Jeez, we have to like drag Jay out in his wheelchair. These kids these days.
Well, when I stay in here, there's there's comic books. And
Jay's
music.
telling me how he hates all the obnoxious people. Like 5 years ago when we were living in Manhattan, he was one of those obnoxious people.
I never had the porcupine haircut.
punching cabs and shit.
That's
dude, you were
That's hilarious. That's not obnoxious. That's hilarious.
and obnoxious.
These Jersey Shore people have never punched a cab. That's original stuff.
Oops.
A moving cab.
No, it was parked at a red light.
Yeah,
I just went up to
and
it
the cab
punched
driver
it.
chased him.
Yeah, the cab driver chased me, and I said,
You were one of those obnoxious.
I said,
and we ran to our apartment, which is like a block down.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty fun.
And then he ran in and drew a knife and a gun. A knife and a gun.
No, he went along his merry way.
I ate pizza and passed out.
Yeah.
Wrong
as
story.
was the norm of 6 Stuyvesant Oval back in the days.
Yep, our old stomping grounds.
We had like designated pizza place, designated crawling home street, and
Well, here's part of the reason why I don't like to go out now. That bar that we went to every weekend sucks now.
The pizza place is gone.
The pizza place is there, but it's new owners and the pizza sucks. So basically that entire evening
we were like
is not
best friends with the pizza people. Like they would ask us like our night out, like, how many girls did you get?
We
like,
would say none.
Yeah, 0,
It'd be like,
whatever.
that's 15
We'd be like
weeks in a row.
somewhere between 0 and 1.
And then they'd know exactly what pizza we wanted because we got the same shit every week.
But he also, he was so laid back. Like, I went there after SantaCon, and I'm dressed up as, freaking Santa Claus, but I was blacked out. And so, I wasn't positive if I went there. So, I was like, hey, did I come in here last week dressed up as Santa Claus? He's like, yes, you did. Totally, no reaction.
Yeah.
Like, all right, just checking.
Man, speaking of SantaCon, I know it's like 9 months away, but I can't wait till the next one.
Yeah, I gotta do better.
Yeah, we sucked. Every year it gets worse. Like, we get worse.
Well, it gets more
Well,
popular.
no. It was
isn't it getting a little too popular?
It's getting too popular.
It breaks apart very easily.
It got worse the last few years. We got worse this year. Because I don't know what happened.
Well,
how do you get
no,
worse
but the
at
year
SantaCon?
before we kind of ended early too.
Yeah, but it sucked. That's why we left.
Yeah.
We ended it. We said it's over.
But it was
this
year. No, we sucked, but it was breaking apart. I mean, it was. It's just. I mean, it's not all our fault, but I mean, we ran out of energy.
It was breaking apart this year.
It was.
Oh, okay.
It was. Yeah.
All right. Well, then I don't feel as bad.
You were pretty wasted.
Oh,
but,
I was beyond that.
I think it's just because it gets bigger and bigger, and
Well, it kind of sounds a lot like to bring it back to what we were talking about before, St. Patrick's Day, right? Like kind of. Except for you're wearing Santa suit.
It's like St. Patrick's Day, but it's awesome. Like, that's the only difference.
Awesome and hilarious. Like, instead of a bunch of douchebags, everyone's in, a good mood and happy, and it's fun.
Well, the thing is, everyone expects St. Patrick's Day. No one expects a barrage army of Santas on a random day, 2 weeks before Christmas.
Right.
Nobody expects it.
And even if you're expecting it,
it's more than you expect.
Yeah, exactly. it's more ridiculous and hilarious than you could even.
I kind of like that there's more every year in certain because it gets if you just look over and see all the Santas, it's pretty funny.
Like you could run to the front of the line and just stand there for a half an hour watching all the Santas pass
every year.
and have the best time.
Yeah.
Because everyone's gonna say something to you or do something funny, and like you don't even have to like.
It's gone from a brigade of Santas to an army of Santas.
Yeah, my first year it was about 200, and this year it was over 5,000.
2 years ago, we were
I remember
like
when you guys were first
Downport, like by wherever like the boats are down, what is it called, South Street Seaport or whatever.
Yeah.
And you just we got to a certain point, and we were at like an elevated area, and you just look over, and you just see like an army of Santas, and it just never ended. It was like. It's like Normandy. You're being invaded by Santas,
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
And like we just start raving at like 12 o'clock, noon. Like everyone's wasted and just raving up.
This year from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. was the best.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I don't know. That was only the second one I've been to, but I feel like I love the fact that you're just raving up, by midday. Everyone's drunk, and we were at Brooklyn Bowl last year and just raving up.
Well, not everyone knows what it is. It's basically this. Everyone dresses up as either Santa or like a Christmas themed character, like a reindeer, an elf, or whatever. And it starts at 10 in the morning. And they say it's not a bar crawl, but it's pretty much a bar crawl. I mean, we do stop at other places like Central Park, or this year they went to this empty schoolyard in Brooklyn, and everyone played Twister, and that was pretty cool. But I mean, most of the time you're spent at a bar, and this year they went to this huge bowling alley that had this gigantic dance floor, and they had DJs there, and
that was the best part of this year.
It was. There's always 1 hour of the day. It goes from 10 in the morning.
But nothing will beat your
3
first SantaCon.
First or second, maybe the second.
Well, I mean. Just the rush of seeing all the Santas must have been.
I mean, the rush was amazing.
Unreplicable.
Yeah, like the last 2 years, the best. I mean, this year was the obviously Brooklyn Bowl with all the Santas raving up. Year before that, we were at South Street Seaport. It's the same thing. It was like 12:30, and everyone's raving up at South Street Seaport.
Yeah, there's always 1 hour where you're like, it's not going to get any better than this in life.
I would love it if the Santas stormed the one of the ships at South Street Seaport, jumped in the water and climbed up the rope.
We took one of the ferries over to Staten Island.
We took the Staten Island ferry.
No, but one of those old-fashioned ships with the pirate ships type things.
I mean, if that was an option, I'm sure that would have happened.
That may have happened.
Make it an option.
You can't keep track of all the Santas. That may have happened. It's like you can't be everywhere all the time. So
yeah,
sure.
It could have happened.
Could have happened.
I just recommend it for anybody who hasn't done it. It's amazing. And it's not just in New York.
Of course, now everyone's going to watch, and it's going to get even bigger.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. Don't go.
Yeah, don't
we
go.
just really blew up SantaCon now.
2 more people are going to
2 more people are going to think about showing up, and not. Because it sounds stupid.
I have 2 more stories to do, if you guys want to do stories. This one, I wanted to thank everyone for actually having a sense of reality and not overreacting and being assholes. Because I always do the last episode. I think it was last episode. We went over how people overreact about nudity, and we're a really prude country, and everyone's like
the Janet Jackson thing.
The Janet Jackson thing. The just anytime
Britney Spears vagina? No, okay,
that's
a little bit much.
Well, that's everywhere. That's too much because that looks like a war zone. But her and Lindsay Lohan, man, that looks like the crater of the moon.
Yeah,
there is just
that's a bit much.
There's pockmarks and scars.
Nobody wants to see that.
I don't know what happened there, but horrible things happened over there.
And all 3 of us have seen both vaginas, by the way.
Yeah, okay, I guess
Well, they were guests on a podcast.
It's hard not to see their vaginas.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was trying not to see it, and I saw it.
Yeah, exactly. You go to a gardening website and it's Britney Spears' vagina.
Yeah.
Wear some panties.
It's the Google search response to everything, pretty much.
Exactly. I was also a couple weeks ago. I went over a video game that had a sex scene, and Fox News going ballistic over it. Yeah, even though.
Oh yeah, I know that.
I owned the game and it was a side boob.
Yeah, anyway, it wasn't anything.
It really was nothing. It was you see worse on Party of Five.
Sitcom TV, yeah, primetime TV has much more stuff than that.
Exactly, 2.5 Men is more risque than that. But Fox News, video games. We'll just start ripping on video games because we don't know any better. So this is a lady who gardens topless.
Hmm.
And
all right, awesome.
Unfortunately, I'm not her neighbor.
Yeah, awesome.
She's 52, but
okay.
apparently still good to go.
Okay.
We have something in common. I have been topless before.
Yeah? Oh, I thought you were going to say that you
No.
have a thing for older women, which...
she's an older woman.
This is not... I said she's 52.
Oh, sorry.
This is not a Bry episode because Bry likes the older women. But anyway, this is people's reactions to this.
Drove
Which
to soccer practice, took my daughter to soccer practice, and I think it was last fall, sunny day, nice day outside, and looked over as I drove by the condominium over here and saw a gal with no top on. And so I did a double take, and sure enough, that was the case.
Were you concerned because you had the kids with you? Them seeing that kind of thing?
You know, it's one of those things you're just kind of shocked to see, a little bit surprised.
I don't like him.
But, I don't know, you know. She seemed kind of casual about it, and I'm not sure it's that big a deal. I'm not quite sure. I haven't got my head around it yet.
he's kind of smiling, and he's like, whatever.
Okay,
like,
all right. Maybe I don't.
Yeah, no, he's not like, he's like, I have
he
my
just
kids,
doesn't know
and I
what
was
to
a little
say.
shocked. Yeah.
All right.
That's fine. Fine.
That's good.
If she's doing illegal within the house, I can't say much. It's her choice.
Well, I mean, I would prefer she not do it, but it is her property. So if she wants to be topless on her property, that's her business.
I think that pretty much sums it all up. I'd rather not see it, but it's her property, and if she wants to do it, that's her business. And I think that's the way everyone should think, and I think everyone else should shut the fuck up about breasts, because it's perfectly natural. And yeah, some people have gross breasts.
It could catch on, and next thing you know, really hot girls could be gardening. So, give it a chance, people.
Some people have horrible nipples. I think that was the main thing about the Super Bowl thing, that Janet Jackson just had horrible nipples.
No one wants to see that.
Right. I did not want to see that, but also I'm not going to complain to NBC.
Oh, I don't care. Yeah, I mean,
ruin cheerleading for the next 10 years.
It's called the horrible nipple theory. Ladies
you know
and
what?
gentlemen.
If you saw something you don't like, forget about it. You don't have to think about it. Yeah, it's like
you don't like TV show, change the channel.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't
whatever.
like a nipple, turn your head.
If you think a nipple has anything to do with the football game that was on, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, everyone.
Who the hell was watching halftime anyway? I mean, I always change the channel when it's halftime.
Basically, I would
the
love
Giants when the Giants played the Super Bowl. It was Tom Petty. That was pretty awesome. When they won the Super Bowl, it was Tom Petty that.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah.
Now
that was Janet Jackson. Who cares? No one. I didn't want to watch Justin Timberlake and.
That's because that's
Janet
the new
Jackson.
rule. Because of Janet Jackson, 60-plus-year-old men have to do the Super Bowl
The
halftime
Who,
show
right?
for
The
the
Who
rest
was
of
last
eternity.
year?
Yeah. This year we got the Who. That's the way it is for all eternity now because of Janet Jackson's horrible nipple. I just saw it for the first time.
I bet you her nipple used to be not horrible.
No, I bet it was pretty bad. I saw it for the first
She
time.
looks pretty
last
hot on the
week.
cover of the Rolling
video.
Stones.
Yeah, you never saw it?
No, she has like a fucking star metal thing over
Yeah,
it. Like
I
you
know.
could barely even see.
It wasn't a big deal at all.
You can't even see.
It almost
what
seemed like it
actually
was on purpose.
It was on purpose.
Yeah.
It was on purpose because it's somebody who hasn't been relevant in about 10 years. So she's like,
It's just all for the attention.
I'll show my disgusting tit.
Because there's nothing
you know.
shady about the Jackson family at all.
Yeah, they've all been upstanding. They've
and-
never been liars.
Yeah,
either.
they're
Never,
totally
ever
normal,
lied,
predictable.
I don't have vitiligo. I never
Yeah.
had a
They're-
nose job. You
yeah.
know? We're totally we're soothsayers.
They always say the truth.
They almost changed their name from Jackson to Soothsayer, but he died before.
They're always as they seem.
Mhm.
That's the way they are. So. Yeah.
And they seem fucking insane.
That's a fucked up family. I mean, there is nothing not fucked up.
Yeah, no,
about it.
it's like, oh, he died, so he was a fucking hero. No, he was
He
probably
died.
one of the craziest people on the
He
planet.
died because he got he basically forced, bribed, blackmailed a doctor into giving him anesthetic drugs that are meant for people on breathing machines.
Right.
To help him sleep.
It's like, I'm not a doctor. If I was a doctor and I was making like 6 figures, if somebody offered me 8 figures to prescribe medicine, probably do it.
It's tempting. I mean, this guy, the doctor had issues, but like that medicine.
It was kind of fucked up of Michael Jackson to now pay the doctor all that money and now have to put the doctor through a manslaughter case. I mean, that's pretty selfish.
Little selfish.
All right.
Little
first,
selfish.
Okay. First of all,
even though
he is not.
I must say I do like a number of Michael Jackson songs. So
Okay, Michael Jackson has
but nothing after 85.
Okay, Michael Jackson is a good artist. I mean, I definitely like
His
some.
dancing is amazing.
But he is fucking insane.
No, his dancing
and
even got
for
better
the doctor to listen to him is totally ridiculous. And I mean, obviously he was lured by the money, which is something the doctor should never do. But this guy was, whatever. But he caused his own downfall. I mean, that drug that he was given, and I'm a doctor, I know, is only given in hospitals for people who are on breathing machines. Like that's it.
Extremely
like,
strong
If
drug.
you're given that medicine and you're not on a breathing machine, you die. That's it. You're dead.
Wow. So it's amazing he didn't die sooner.
Right. I think the point, like he was trying to give small doses to help him sleep, but this is not a sleep aid. It's not. It's basically a drug to knock you out, and it stops you from breathing.
Mm-hmm.
And for the doctor to give him, probably what happened is Michael Jackson just pressured him and said, "I'll give you, all this money, and you just give it to me." He probably heard it. So, maybe they're giving it. His drug is given in procedures where you're like knocked out, but usually under the care of an anesthesiologist in a hospital. Where you're monitored.
Do they give you some other drug to make sure that your lungs don't stop or something like that? Like balance it with some other drug?
No, you get put on a breathing machine.
Oh, wow. Oh,
like
wow.
basically,
You said that already, but I
right.
needed
So
to repeat it. Thank you. I mean, for the audience, not for myself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess there are certain doses where you don't stop breathing, and I think you can give it, but like, it has to be like under someone's watch. Like that's anesthesiologists get paid a lot of money to like watch these people, and this guy wasn't, and it was done at home. Which is like. You would never do this, but the thing is, like, he paid it. So anyway, he was like Michael Jackson was messed up, and he wasn't like an innocent bystander. He basically blackmailed this guy into doing this.
Now I heard, Zach, that you said he got a better dancer.
I think he became better at dancing. His music got worse, but his dancing actually got better.
He only had 3 moves, and he did it for 30 years. He had the grab the crotch, he had the spin around, he had the moonwalk.
Just the fact that you can name 3 moves from
All right,
a single person. I can't name a single move that Britney Spears does. The fact that he actually invented these moves speaks. He
was a big influence.
His entertainment.
I agree with
genius.
you. Like in the '80s, like he revolutionized.
Even in the '90s. I think he was
there
he was
were
quite
albums.
a performer, especially when he would re-perform some of his old stuff. But he would just he would just sort of go crazy on.
I think that was
on
just
some of his old
residual like famousness from just his awesomeness in the '80s. It was like, oh, it's Michael Jackson. Everyone needs to come and watch.
Yeah, I guess maybe you're right.
I mean, he definitely like revolutionized certain things like when in his heyday. But I don't know, whatever. But he was a good artist. I mean, he made a contribution to music, but he was totally insane. I mean, he had.
He
this
didn't make a good song for about 15 years,
but
and
also
he was
like
insane for.
He had this
15 years.
awful self-image. He was constantly trying to change his face, trying to he just never felt comfortable with himself, and he just he had huge personality issues that like basically ultimately led to his downfall and death.
It's almost impossible to judge him because his life is so unlike.
It's so
a normal
different,
person,
yeah. But he had so much money, but the way like he used it was to just kind of like
he continued and
squander it.
And it was over a period of time where he could have shut it off or stopped.
Yeah, I mean you obviously can't judge, but I think what happened is he never like grew up basically, because he was famous from when he was a little kid, and basically he could have had anything he wanted after. The Jackson 5, basically. So he was never, imagine like at the age of whatever he was having infinite amounts of money. I mean, I think that would make anyone go insane. It's like.
No, it's true. I'm just against the putting anybody who dies on a pedestal.
Yeah, exactly. Just because they died.
The guy in the Bengals who got arrested like 17 times.
Ocho Cinco?
No, the guy who died like a month ago.
Yeah.
He got arrested like 5 times in a span of 3 years, and then he dies. Chasing his girlfriend on the back of a pickup truck. Obviously, he was doing something else.
Like Steve
shady.
McNair too. Like,
and they're like, "Oh, he was such a great guy." I'm like, "No, actually, he was 23 and he got arrested 5 times. He was probably a dickhead, and a menace to society."
Like Steve McNair. Like I guess he behaved until he died. And then they found that he died, and then he was kind of with his girlfriend, but he was married at the time. And I forget exactly how, like who. Someone shot him.
People were so quick to. They were so happy to be able to forgive all of Michael Jackson's sins once he died. They were just. It's like they were waiting for it, and then once he died, it was like, all right, now let's just forget about let's not think about the person as a whole. Let's just think about one thing. But really, when a normal person dies, you reflect on their entire life. You don't just think about one thing. So
yeah, but
that's fan culture for you.
Yeah, like when Steve McNair died, like everyone was like, "Oh, he's such an awesome person," but yet he was cheating on his wife with his girlfriend, and that's probably I think that's what eventually led to his death. And it's like, I don't know. It's just like the whole Tiger Woods thing is like, who designated that he was a moral, outstanding citizen? Like everyone's so shocked that he, was constantly cheating on his wife, and yet like all we knew about him is that he could play golf well. Like
nobody knew a thing about him.
Yeah, I mean, like he never,
It's funny the way the advertisements always try to extend that. Like, oh, he's so focused in golf, so he must
right.
be so focused.
So
on,
he must
on
clearly be
insurance.
faithful to his wife. I mean, clearly, like, who said that? I mean, obviously, like it's actually the opposite. I mean, he had all like infinite amounts of money. Like, he had like obviously, girls are. If you have that much money, girls are gonna throw themselves at you. I mean,
That's got to be tough.
Yeah.
It really like.
I mean, you just have to have the resistance to deal with it. I mean, I would.
Yeah. Fucking liar.
Bullshit.
Well, his problem was he got married before he got really famous.
He shouldn't have gotten married because obviously, like, he wasn't ready. He had all this money, and like, why would he get married? And when he was never going to be faithful to her.
Well, he got married like early. Like, as soon as he won his first Masters, he was probably like, "Uh-oh, like the hottest girls on the planet want to fuck me now." Right.
Oh, really? Because he has, a guy with all this money, and girls are throwing themselves at him. Like, no way.
His problem is he left a paper trail.
I don't know.
If you don't leave a paper trail, it's a lot harder to get caught.
I don't know. I feel like eventually you always get
left
caught.
a moving trail.
You almost always get caught.
You almost
always
it's
get caught.
It's just a question of when. I mean, it's like.
But if you don't leave a paper trail, if somebody comes out,
it'll
take
something, longer.
They can be like, "Oh, he had an affair."
It'll take longer. But the thing is,
you just be like, "No, I didn't."
Okay, but what would have happened?
But I don't even have an estimate as to how many women he's been with.
Yeah, what would have happened?
5? Is it 10? Is it 15?
Yeah, what would have happened?
I honestly
is,
haven't kept track of that.
Is the first person would have came forward, and then everyone just came forward after that, and then it's like no matter if there's no paper trail, it's like when 15 people come forward and say, we've all slept with Tiger Woods. It's very hard to deny. I mean, you have 15 people versus one. It's like,
I just love like these people who get caught in this situation, and the first person comes out and he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I had an affair," and like 8 more people come out and
like they don't come clean in the first place.
I apologize for my 7 affairs.
Yeah.
They only apologize for like what they get caught for.
He's
could
a total.
have
he's a
5,000 affairs. He's apologizing for the 17.
I apologize
that came out.
for the adulterous phase.
He's a total
of my
scumbag.
life. That phase is completely over now.
But that's what.
After a certain point, all right, I'm addicted to sex. You just gotta go that route.
Yeah, no, that's your defense. I'm addicted to sex. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's called being horny. There's no sex addiction.
Obviously, like, let's say you're married. Like, obviously, there's going to be urges. It's a question of whether you resist those urges. I mean, it's like,
why didn't you just wait to get married? Why didn't you just like be like George Clooney, who's still single?
I'm addicted to
just fucking. Yeah. George Clooney's fucking all.
Yeah,
all
exactly.
Kinds
You
of
shouldn't have
girls.
gotten married. Look, I'm addicted to sex. It's like every
George
male.
Clooney's not hurting anyone the same way that Tiger Woods hurt.
Well, I understand. Like, you're young, you're stupid. He got married at like 20.
Every
or something.
male, whether they're married or not, is going to be interested. Like if a girl like throws themselves at him, like he's going to want to do it.
And why marry her? I mean, God, she's a dog.
No, but I mean, I get it. Like, you're 20, you're nothing.
Right.
You're just not.
Was he 20 when he got married?
He was very young.
Wow.
I'm
It was
not,
before his golf career, or?
No,
it was like
during.
It was before he was like
super
mega
famous.
ridiculous. I'm not gonna spit out facts. I'm not
He was
sure
already
of,
he was already pretty mega ridiculous.
But he wasn't at the status.
He's just kind of like.
So he got married to this girl he was dating, but like once he got to that status, and he's like, well, I could do a different like perfect 10 every night.
Mm-hmm.
He should have came clean.
Not even come clean. He should have just said,
should have
we're gonna have to end this.
Should have broken up with his wife. Instead of
we're gonna have to break up because I am going to fuck all these
I know.
top 10 models in every town that we go to, and unless you're totally comfortable with that, like. I have to do this.
I mean, definitely.
How many percent of the population gets to do that?
Exactly.
You guys aren't.
Women, we're sorry, but it's true. I mean, I think a lot of women would relate to that. Actually,
what would you guys do if you were in a 2-year relationship right now, and like say your just book takes off, and you're the new Stephen King, and like all these girls just want to fuck you, and
I think at that point
Well,
like
that's
clearly there's two options. Obviously, you could just be like, all right, I can resist everything and whatever. But if you're not strong enough to do that, then you have to come clean, and be like, this,
And you
have
could
changed.
say you're gonna resist when you're in that situation. Honestly, think about it.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's not easy.
Would you guys be able to resist if every time you did a book signing, like a perfect 10 came up to you and said, we could fuck in 10 minutes? And,
I feel like I don't want something being held against me, but yeah. No, I don't know. No, I totally, whatever.
No, I have to say, I will always stand by my current girlfriend.
Yeah. Whoever it is, yes, I will always be faithful to her.
The mics are off. What's your real answer?
Yeah, I know. No, but no, I mean, I everyone has decisions to make. I mean, life's not simple, But I think the best thing you can do is be honest with people when you realize that, you can't fulfill a promise. You have to be like, all right, I can't do this anymore, instead of, admitting to stuff once you get caught. I mean, I think that's a total scumbag thing to do.
And as you get caught,
yeah, it's like, what else have you done? And are they trying to still work things out? I mean, I don't even see how that's possible. Like,
I don't think so, because she's got to know, like,
yeah.
as he's getting caught, he's admitting to more and more. She's got to know that. Like, how many could it be? It's probably in the hundreds, if not.
Really? Oh, because he had the.
Well, I think we already know about like
basically.
10 to 20 of them, and
It's
that's
pretty much just prostitution.
That's the only ones we know.
After a
I mean,
point. he had a madame or something.
I feel like for every 10 or 15 that we know, there's like 10 times as many that we don't know.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, how many girls are going to want to come forward? I mean, if you're a slutty girl who slept with Tiger Woods, it's like you're not going to want to come forward because then everyone's going to know you're.
Also, the press might not even be listening to everyone. Like the press is kind of cherry picks who they're gonna listen to.
Yeah,
and who they're gonna put on the air.
They'll have to go after the good news stories.
Yeah.
The one with the
I don't
kid
know. I feel
or,
like they'd pick anyone who's claimed it because it's news. Apparently, everyone's interested in who Tiger Woods fucked.
To an extent.
But if they picked everyone, then there literally might be like 100 people.
But say this gets out of control, like they'll stop.
Oh,
announcing
yeah,
every
they'll
single
stop.
one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that interesting. I mean, it'll be like, all right, he's fucked like 100 sluts, whatever.
Yeah. No, news is very selective like that.
We get the point. You basically could sleep with anyone, and you pretty much did. So, all right, that's the story. I don't care. Who cares who the people are?
Exactly. All right. More amusing topic.
I know that.
How come like half our stories are from New Jersey? I don't know.
Yeah, that whole state. I don't know. There's something weird.
Apparently, somebody took over the loudspeaker at a Walmart in New Jersey and said, "Attention Walmart customers, all black people leave the store now."
Okay. I don't know how to. Yeah. I guess that happened.
Well, this statement's like, I don't know why such statements are being made.
Obviously, it was like some, idiot who got a hold of the freaking intercom and,
If it was meant to be a prank, there's only one person laughing.
Wrong. No, yeah, I'm laughing.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty
I'm laughing. I'm sorry. It's funny.
It's funny because something like
because
that...
it's over the loudspeaker and everyone can hear it.
It's
and people are going to completely overreact.
It's not funny.
It's like, I don't know, like if somebody said, attention everyone, all Irish people leave the store now, I'm not going to flip out that much. And like, I just feel like...
if someone said all Indian people leave, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I would leave, and that's it.
Yeah.
Would I leave? I wouldn't even leave. I'd be like, whatever.
I just don't get why, like, some subjects are more touchy than other subjects. Yeah. And I don't know.
Maybe it was that, a couple hundred years of slavery had something to do with it.
Maybe it was a couple hundred years of English occupation or, getting...
That didn't happen here in America, though.
Oh, so it doesn't count. Right, okay. So that's right. I forgot. Only things that happen in America count. You narrow-minded pieces of shit. Yeah. Seriously, though, like, read some history books. Like,
They're a little sore over that whole slavery thing. I think that's what they're...
Yeah, but if you read the history books...
and the slavery thing was much worse than the English occupation.
When Irish people...
English occupation? I mean, this country was English settlers. I mean, it wasn't really an it was a colony. I mean...
No, Ireland.
Yeah.
No, there's plenty of other examples where you can say people got fucked over, and I don't know. I just like American Indians. If somebody said,
they totally
American
got
Indians is a more appropriate.
They totally got fucked. Like
I would say
they were
probably worse
So if
than
he came
any
on,
other
if he came on the
race
loudspeaker and
ever
said,
on the planet.
all Native Americans.
They got pretty much eradicated, except for like a few.
They're pretty much just done.
Yeah, I
like
mean,
whatever. You got your little reservations.
This whole
and,
this whole land that we occupy was all Native Americans, and now they're like limited to
They got fucked worse than any other.
They were decimated.
Person ever, and if they said that over the loudspeaker, I don't feel like it would have been made as big of a deal.
Yeah, because there would be no Native Americans because there's very few of them.
The ones left should just be screaming 24 hours a day. What the fuck?
They're too
busy
just own
like
all of the Native American land, which would be the entire country.
Yeah,
it's their descendants.
Man.
Yeah, right.
I feel bad. They got really fucked.
No, they did.
I don't really have anything funny to say about that. They got fucked, and I feel bad.
No, I mean, but I think you're right. Like, it's like you have to be so careful around like that topic. It's like, I don't know, it's so sensitive, but yet like every other like race gets made fun of in one way or the other. But yeah, when you're like, referring to certain races, you have to be extra careful because they're more sensitive.
Like you're being right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I mean it's true. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna go out there and just say racist things about certain groups because I don't want to be held accountable later on.
Then you have to apologize to Al Sharpton.
Yeah, I mean, God knows what I would have to do.
I just want everyone to grow the fuck up, and that's it. Grow the fuck up. If you see a tit, there's a tit. That's it. Grow the fuck up.
Yeah, remember before when humans had clothes, there were tits everywhere.
Yeah.
That's just, there were rags and bark and I don't know what covered tits, but
nothing covered tits. That's the point. And everyone,
I mean,
man,
all of a sudden they have to be hidden now. Okay.
Yeah.
But then somehow when they aren't hidden, it's like a big deal.
If somebody makes an off-color joke, that's it. It happens.
I mean, who made the rule? Like, guys' tits, everyone could watch, if you're out on the beach or whatever, but, like, girls' tits, they have to be covered, I mean, I sort of understand, but, like, it's like, they're arbitrary.
But if you look at where we are now compared to where we were in the 50s, like, we're such a more relaxed culture. So, I mean, I think overall we're moving in the right direction.
Did we move that far in 60 years, though?
I think so, because like in the 1950s, you couldn't even have like.
Well, I mean, women were very oppressed.
Well, no, not oppressed, but I'm talking about like what was displayable, what was.
That's
the kind of. There was no edginess to.
I mean, like skirts had to be like halfway down the leg, like that was, even like knee high was.
I feel like it went to a certain point, and it's been scaled backwards for the last. I feel like we're moving backwards at this point.
Have you seen high schoolers these days?
But there are so many comedians.
Definitely
that's not in the media. It's not in the media.
I mean, you have mainstream comedians now.
I was taking the train here,
joking about pubic hair and pretty risky stuff.
I was taking the train here, and I think I ended up on a train with a bunch of high schoolers, and the stuff that the girls were wearing. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, they're wearing like, I mean,
yeah, but look at primetime TV shows. I mean, you can't do anything. You can't say anything that risque. If anything even is like hinted at risque, they're like, "That's a risque show now." Like
primetime TV is a joke. Who watches that shit anymore?
That's what 95% of the population watches.
I guess.
And
I don't touch that. Yeah. If it's not on the internet, I don't watch it.
Yeah, but that's you. Like like most of the population watches shit like 2.5 Men, and like the stuff they say is like it might even hint at something risque, and then everyone's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they went there." Wherein like 20 years ago, we had All in the Family, where they would actually say crazy shit, and like that was fine. But now
we're a more divided culture now, where we can more the people who can
there's like
want edginess in their
there's
a
core conservative group.
They just
they
can get all they want.
Everywhere but New York and California, there's all these like prudes out there, and then there's New York and California, like everyone's normal, and they're like.
It brings me back to the Jedi story. Stop apologizing for these assholes and just tell them they're assholes. If there's somebody with their tit out and somebody goes, "Oh my god, she has her breast out," be like, turn your fucking head, you bitch. And that's it.
I think
That's
the
it. End of
problem
story.
with TV is it's broadcast all over the country, and you know, New York and California, they could show porn, and we'd be like, whatever, you know. And like everywhere else in the country, like you know, they say one like off-color thing, and everyone's like in an outrage. You know, there's a big divide. Definitely.
The problem is it works. Like all those people that complain about
That's
Janet
what-
Jackson's
yeah.
disgusting nipple, they cannot show cheerleaders for more than 5
Well,
seconds.
that's why I don't
now.
watch primetime TV. It's shit. It's like it's all controlled, and you know, it's just I don't know.
Man, if I had unlimited money, I would just buy all the networks and have a shut the
Just
fuck
buy
up policy.
Just buy a network and just make it awesome, and everyone would watch it, and all like broadcast TV would just go out of business because everyone would be watching your network.
Yeah, I would just have a disclaimer, like at 8 o'clock, there might be a nipple. If you don't want to see it, change the channel.
Yeah,
you know,
there might be a nipple, or there might be constant nipples everywhere.
We might say the word dick. It's just a word.
Yeah.
If you can't handle a word, just like the words I'm speaking right now, change the fucking.
If you
channel.
can't handle dick, then there's going to be a lot worse said, so you probably shouldn't listen.
So change the fucking. I really say change the fucking channel too. During the disclaimer about fucks, it would be like change the fucking channel.
If you can't handle dick, then you're in for some trouble.
Yeah. Then you can't handle dick. Dick.
Then you
Show began.
fucking don't deserve fucking shit, you piece of scum, asshole.
This show probably would not make it on time.
Yeah. No, it just we would have to censor some stuff.
Thank
Like
God
the
for
whole
internet.
last 10 minutes and the rest of the show.
No internet, we would have to rely on TV for our entertainment.
I mean, the best shows are on like HBO and Showtime where they have less restrictions. I mean, they have restrictions there too, but it's definitely a lot less.
Yeah.
Those shows, you know, they have a lot more freedom.
And they don't get too out of control.
No, I mean they show what's necessary, and you know.
Technically, HBO can show hardcore porn because
There's no restrictions,
It's
right,
a
but they
paid
don't.
channel, and they don't. It doesn't get out of control. That's
Right.
my point. Like they show a breast. That's pretty much the extent of it. You know.
But it's good because they don't have those restrictions. Like they're not like, oh, what can we show? What can we not show?
And you know what? I heard a curse the other day. Made it through the day. I lived.
Yeah,
Got through it.
I didn't spontaneously explode.
I struggled on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't implode or explode or whatever you do when you hear a curse. Oh yeah, I know what you do when you hear a curse. Nothing.
Right. Because curses originally was just superstitious. You know, when everyone was just insane back in the 1600s, and they, thought when the sun goes down, like it would never come up again, and everyone was just crazy. They thought curses actually cursed you, and then we found out that it doesn't actually curse you, so it's okay to say fuck. So,
what we found out is if you believe in curses, you are a fucking moron.
Right. It's just
That's
like,
what we found out.
Same thing as religion. That's another show. Now that we've offended everyone on the
Yeah.
planet.
Anyone else that's not offended? Anyone out there? Call in.
If you're not offended, I hate you.
If you're not
Now
offended,
All right.
if you're not offended, call in and we'll offend you.
All right, so I think that's. You guys have anything else you want to talk
You're not
about?
gonna wait for someone to call in to offend? Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Break or end of show? I don't care either way.
I mean, I could keep going, but I could end it too.
Zach, what
I'm
do you
tired.
think?
I mean, I think I want to end it.
I think. All right. Well, we have a
Or
vote
you-
for him.
All right.
You guys can keep going.
No, it's. I mean, I think we're hearing that it's. I guess it's over.
Yeah, we're hearing from the peanut gallery. That's
Yeah,
over.
from
So
all from all the people in the chat room, I think they're saying that it's over.
They're scrolling the chat room.
They've all had enough.
I know it wasn't completely hilarious, but I hope it was entertaining.
Way to sell the show. I thought it was awesome.
I know it was completely hilarious. And
Yeah.
I know it was
Yeah,
also
exactly.
entertaining.
That's better.
And we'll be back. I think I'm going to squeeze in one more episode next week. Because I'm moving next week.
Before the big move.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pack up everything except the equipment and then do a show
Brink of
next
Sanity
Friday.
Studios is on the way, moving.
If I plan this correctly,
On
I
the
won't
move.
miss any shows. We'll see. And, go on the forums, brinkofsanityshow.com. Let us know what you think of our new guest host. And, the doc's, 15th appearance?
Wow, has it been that many?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
been a lot. It's been a
Well,
lot.
it's nice being on, and next time I get a chance, I'll come right back on. And
Good.
It's been fun.
Vote on
I enjoyed
Podcast
myself.
Alley. The voting sucked on Podcast Alley this month. So,
Bastard.
Vote more.
Actually, I think I forgot to vote.
I
Oops.
hate you. subscribe on iTunes.
I voted twice last month, but I forgot this time.
Okay, well, yeah.
This time I'll have to again.
Yeah. And what else do we have? We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. Podcast Alley and iTunes are the best.
How about LinkedIn? You're on LinkedIn?
No, I'm not on LinkedIn.
Maybe there's a comedy... I know LinkedIn's supposed to be the more professional one, but maybe there's a comedy section.
Yeah, well, we don't belong in the professional one.
Post on the forums, because that makes me smile. We had a bunch of new forum people lately, and it's good. It adds to the conversation. It's fun stuff. So I guess that's it. Here's the goodbye song, and we'll be back next week. Thanks for coming on, Zach.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Good seeing you again, Doc.
Thanks a lot. I had fun.
And here's the goodbye song.
My love. Goodbye, everybody. It's over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye.